ready to do that? Are you filmed?
De chico yo me acostumbré a tartamudear. Mi padre mi nariz torció para enseñarme a hablar. Quand un jour inspiré, j'ai pu faire la belle invention. C'était le mot recommandé pour la prononciation. I like to go walking along by myself. It's merely for exercise.
Hey, you guys.
Hi.
We just got out of Mary Poppins Returns.
We did.
And it's all foggy out here. It's weird. It looks like
glorious. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and we saw it at the Alamo Drafthouse Lakeline, and we got some food off the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll
we
show
had
a
a toad
clip
in the
of it.
hole and fish and chips.
Yeah, which was very good. Did you have any opinions on that? I will say the toad in the hole, which was, I mean, I wasn't in love with it, but I think it was a little underdone.
Oh, I've never had toad in the hole before, so I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, but it was interesting. It was an interesting thing to try.
Yeah.
Fish and chips, always good. Anyway, so they have a little Mary Poppins menu of items. There's some other stuff on there, too. And we had a great night. We went into this movie very nervous.
I was very, very nervous.
Because we love the original Mary Poppins.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't been a big fan of recent musicals. Going back always, like, what, to Rent or something, ever since then.
Yeah.
They've kind of changed. The style is just not our style.
Right. Of course, there are a few here and there that are great.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We won't get into that. Anyway. I really liked it.
I loved it. I
Yeah.
really loved it. Yeah, and you were saying, what were you saying? It was like, they'll never be able to recapture
I mean,
that.
like, oh my gosh, Emily Blunt, I'm so proud of her. She did such an incredible job. And they did a really smart thing in making her an alto. Because I was worried they were going to... Well, I don't know how she sings, but I was worried that they were going to try to make her sound like Julie Andrews. And
like
not
with auto-tune
quite,
or something like that.
Right. And there might have been like a tad of auto-tune here and there.
Anything,
But she sounded fantastic. She sounded great. They made her an alto. So I was worried that they were going to, try to attempt to make her like Julie Andrews and fail. But yeah, it was, she did such a good job. And just everybody, I really, they brought back,
some of the original, like Dick Van Dyke was in
yeah.
there,
and
I
Angela
believe
Lansbury
Jane was in there
there
for a second. The original Jane, I believe.
Maybe I didn't know that. Angela Lansbury was there.
Lansbury
That was
was
so.
there.
Oh, I cried during that part.
For a second, I thought they were gonna like call her by her name from Bedknobs and Bruce.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Like a crossover, but yeah,
that would have been amazing.
But
some of the musical numbers weren't too. They felt a little out of place. I don't know what it was for me.
I didn't feel that way for the most part that I can recall.
And I really, it's too soon for me to try and pinpoint it. I would have to watch it again because I have to tell you, I was watching this movie completely on guard. So it'll be nice to watch it a second time and just be relaxed. I found myself relaxing at some points, of course, like especially when Dick Van Dyke came in and and Emily Blunt, like I said, she did a great job at helping me relax into it. The kids were really fun too, and I really liked Jane and Michael also. That's our car knocking.
That's my car getting old.
Settling. I really liked Jane and Michael. They were really, really good as well.
Yeah.
They had some great chemistry and it was just really fun.
There were some parts in the trailer that were very worrisome, and then they didn't play badly in the movie.
No.
But when you saw them in the trailer, you were like, I don't know about that. And it came off fine in the movie. What did you think of Lin-Manuel Miranda? I thought he was pretty impressive.
I think he was bringing a lot of that modern musical feel into it, and that bugged me slightly, maybe.
I felt like they did such a good job not getting too modern with things. But yeah, there were little things here and there.
It was bugging me a little bit, and I can't pinpoint. But from what I feel, I really do think it might have been the fact that he was taking me out of the time period sometimes or something. I don't know what it was, but maybe. I don't know. I have to go watch the original again because I haven't seen that in forever. Maybe I feel the same way about Dick Van Dyke. I don't know. I mean, I love Dick Van Dyke, but who knows, Because people have always said that
Dick Van
that he
Dyke,
wasn't great in that movie.
which baffles me because he's one of my favorite parts of that movie. But
well, and when he came back in this one, oh my gosh, it was so awesome.
oh my God. And I cried a lot in this movie. Did you cry a lot?
Oh yeah. But I mean, my crying.
Well, there's a lot of nostalgic notes that they hit on purpose and
yeah,
everything,
but actually, my crying in this movie wasn't even because of the movie. It was because of like words they would sing in the songs, you know, like just emotional things. It really wasn't because this movie's so good I'm crying, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what I mean. I mean, it's you know, but yeah, I thought it was really good. The story, really quick, it's
oh, one thing I will say, since you mentioned the story, it felt like I knew what was coming around every corner because every single song was patterned after the original. Like, it was like, okay, now here we go into the uncle song, you know, where we're all flying around.
Okay, there are parts like that. Yeah.
Now we're gonna do the Chimney Sweet song.
But it was still a different story as far as the plot. I mean,
but was it?
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Just because it was still about it was about the loss of the mother, which is a totally different. And the family dealing with that. That's primarily the plot. They're trying to deal with the loss of the mother, and at the same time, they are trying to deal with not losing the house, of course.
The dad turned into the father, and
that wasn't. It didn't feel like they were retreading to me so much as they were just keeping that feeling.
I can kind of get on your side with that a little bit. But they were totally retreading the patterns of the songs. I mean, I was just like, okay,
no, I agree
you don't
with that.
have to do exactly what you did in the original.
But I thought,
I mean, you guys down to the the sleeping song where she puts them to sleep. I mean, it was like, seriously.
But they had their own themes, the songs that were different from the old ones. You know what I mean? It was different enough.
Okay, so let's just change the chimney sweeps to a lantern person.
I'm not talking about that song, but the messages in the songs were keeping with this new plot, which I thought was a good enough adjustment, you know?
Yeah, and that's like, that was like my problem with the movie. But it's still super enjoyable. And
considering what you probably went into with it, what you were worried about.
Yeah.
The things you were mostly worried about were did not turn out to be a big problem. Yeah.
But it does bring up the point. I mean, did we need this movie? Probably not, because it's exactly like the original, except the performances are better than the original. But
it follows some of the same notes as far as like you're talking about with certain sequences, like the way things pan out. But
I definitely appreciate the fact that like. It is really cool to see Jane and Michael older. I mean, like, I'm not trying to say that we didn't need it, but they should have varied up the songs a little bit, because I swear it was exactly like the original.
My take on this is we don't need any movie. If it's a good movie, I enjoy it. I don't care if we need it or not, unless it's something like with a huge message, you know. Like,
what do you mean? We need
social commentary or something.
No, we always need movies, but we don't.
We need them in general, but
we always need
like
movies.
The original film. It's not like you need it, but you want it, and it's good, and you enjoy it.
That makes no sense.
You couldn't have lived without the existence of the first Mary Poppins movie?
Absolutely not. Mary Poppins is Mary Poppins.
That's
what
because
are you
you've
talking
seen
about?
it. That's because you've seen it and you love it.
You're making no sense right now.
I'm making total sense.
No, you're making no sense.
You don't need a movie. You just want it.
Did we want this movie?
A lot of people did.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever.
So, do you have anything else to say about it, like overall?
No.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it, but I'm gonna go watch the original now.
But like that's what I said at the beginning. Is I mean, you can't really capture the exact same thing. It's a very thing from that time, you know. There's no way they can even recreate that look. We're always, even with the '80s films, they can't ever actually recreate it very well.
I mean, they try.
I thought they did a great job. But I thought even with the general look and everything, I thought it was a very different style to the first one. I thought it was more realistic.
Ooh,
looking.
David Warner.
David Warner
He
was
was so
awesome.
good.
I was really happy to see David Warner there.
That was really cool.
And that he was in it a lot, and that was cool.
I know.
Um,
Oh God, I was about to say I really enjoyed the last song, but then I was just like, oh my God, it's exactly like "Let's Go Fly a Kite." Everything was the same, but that was really fun.
It rhymes with the first movie. That's the way I view something like that.
What?
It's like George Lucas used to say about Star Wars. Each episode, each trilogy is supposed to rhyme with the previous one. That's the way it is to me. Because
That is so ridiculous.
Because it had a different plot. It had a different plot.
It did have a different plot, but they could have made the songs all different. Just saying.
I thought they were.
Or at least jumble.
I get that they're in sequence the same.
Jumble them up in the movie so they're not as noticeable. I don't know.
Well, they were more jumbled up because the Uncle Arthur scene in the original film is earlier, and in this scene it was later with the cousin.
Whatever.
It was jumbled up, but
Meryl Streep was freaking amazing. Also,
she was really good.
She was super good. That was really fun. Kind of weird, but fun.
But I thought overall the film has a more realistic look, not counting the fantasy sequences. Whenever they were in the real world, and just the colors and everything. And I thought that fit with the different plot that was a little bit more somber, and the time period and everything. The other one has more of that candy colored brightness from beginning to end. You know what I mean? And I feel like the songs in the first one, it was probably a shorter
more memorable.
Film. I liked some of the songs in this movie a lot.
Ooh, I really liked the song that the dad sang at the very beginning. Like I was kind of like, this movie, I don't know. And then he sang his little song about his wife, and I was like, oh, that was really good.
I liked Jack's songs a lot, and you didn't like those.
No, I didn't.
Like the first song in the very beginning
Oh
of the movie.
God.
I loved it. And I loved it. I actually liked the other one too. That you don't like with all the lamplighters. But I did. I enjoyed it probably more. But
I think it was what he brought to that, because it was very stagey.
It was very
Broadway-ish.
very more modern Broadway type stuff. Yeah.
And whereas Emily Blunt and the other people, they weren't like that. They were very much more cinematic, it felt. Even the children, they did not feel stagey at all. And I think that's what it was. I think I really appreciate the more cinematic musicals than stage musicals.
No, I agree with that.
So,
but I was very pleased with it. It could have been so wrong, and I didn't feel like it was.
that's for sure.
It was anywhere near what I was worried about.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it, and I look forward to watching it again. It's one that I think I would like to watch a lot. So,
I don't know if I would watch it a lot.
I would. I really liked it.
I really liked it too.
And I loved the cast and everything.
But it's one of those things where if I want to watch Mary Poppins, I'm going to put the original on.
I'll put both, but yeah.
Marathon it. Okay.
Okay.
It was really good. You guys go see it. Very, very good. There wasn't that many people.
Hardly anyone
audience
in there
tonight, so make sure you go see it.
I don't know if they're Christmas shopping, but it was like the very first night.
Yeah.
And it was empty. But it's like Wednesday. I don't know.
I really hope. I really want Emily Blunt to win the award for this. I don't know if she will.
She was fantastic.
She was really good.
The whole movie,
Yeah, it's hard to be really own that role, because it was Julie Andrews and she really did, so that was pretty awesome. Oh, Colin Firth, he was great too.
That's another thing. They added villains to this. We didn't have villains in the original Mary Poppins. For a while, I was like, do we need villains?
I always saw the bank guys as the villains in the original Mary Poppins.
But they're not throughout the film, this villain.
Oh my gosh. You know that they creeped me out when I was a kid. They scared me. I really did think they were villains.
I get it. Those were creepy kind of scenes, but they're not a villain who has a plot throughout the whole film.
Well, the similar kind of plot though. I mean, this one just wanted the house. You just didn't want it was all about money.
I'm just saying the villain, if you want to call them villains in the original.
Yeah.
They weren't throughout the film doing some kind of scheme, some kind of thing I'm going to get your house at the end or something like that. It was more just the father having to deal with them and and that kind of thing. But anyway, I thought it worked. I thought it worked in the movie fine.
Yeah, Colin Firth was awesome. I don't think I've ever seen him as a villain before in anything.
I don't know.
So he's really good at it, though. I hope
he was excellent.
I hope
Everybody
they don't
was.
start typecasting him as villains. Anyway. All right.
Okay.
See you guys
Talk
later.
to you guys later.
Bye.
Okay, we did want to say something else about the lamplighter musical number where they're dancing and everything, and something started happening and I forgot, but you mentioned it, and it's
The BMX sports.
it's the extreme biking like stuff that they were doing. Which I have to admit that was a little.
I felt like I was watching Clueless.
It was okay at first,
like
but
with
I
the
thought.
skateboards. I was like, oh god, the guy's gonna come out with a skateboard now.
Well, because how worried we were, and so at first I was like, okay, it's okay, they ride bikes, right? But then I was like, but you guys aren't going to go on ramps and stuff. and then they would start doing ramp tricks. That was the one part for me. The one part that I was like, that was really the only
That
part
went too far. That like crossed the line.
That was the part where I was like, no, this part's not right. But otherwise, yeah, I was fine. But anyway, I just had to come back for the bike thing because that was a funny and weird thing. But otherwise, love the movie. Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.